Oh, hi, Carla. Thank you for the nice email and the kind words. Really appreciate that. You had mentioned the email. You said thank you for changing the appearance of the website. Looks much better. The next thing to do is remove the special request and change the words on the bottom. To remove the word select quantity, we also want to prevent it from showing that they can pay at the cafe later. And you mentioned that you're working on descriptions now. Very good idea. That's going to make it look really nice. And then you said that we need to correct time allowances for orders like limiting breakfast categories to be used only between 7 and 10:45. Very good idea. And then you also mentioned that categories for lunch should be only ordered between 11 and 1:45. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get those started. I'll show you how it's done. So of course, the first thing you do is you log into the back end. And then once you log into the back end, you press this button here on the left hand side. And then once you press Clover Orders, you press Settings. Once you press Settings, the first thing we'll do is we'll take care of the first thing you mentioned is to remove the special request. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first. We're gonna go to Checkout Settings right here. And then we're gonna scroll all the way down. Oh, actually, you already removed pay location. Very good. So you're already one step ahead of me. Very good. And then remove the special request. Disabled right here. Sorry, special instructions I meant. Okay, so we'll go ahead and remove that too. This way, what that means, basically what that means is, let me show you what I mean by that. So for example, a customer comes to your website and then they order online. Oh, actually, since your online ordering is currently closed, I wouldn't be able to show you. But the idea is that on the checkout page, they can't leave special instructions. Okay, so I'll go ahead and remove that. So I put disabled and I press save. So we got two things taken care of. We got the pay at location disabled and we got the special instructions disabled. And then your other question was, we also want to remove select quantity. Yeah, let's do that too. So that one is pretty easy also. We're going to press store interfaces right here. And then we're going to press customize right here. Right here, customize. And what we're going to do now is we're going to say, don't allow quantity to be shown. Oh wow, you already did that too. You're way ahead of me here. Good job. Okay, let me see how you did it. Yeah, you did it. Very good. So let's go ahead and move to the next question here. I'm glad to hear that you're learning how everything works. So you're already one step ahead of me. The next question is, we're working on descriptions now. We need correct time allowances for orders like limiting breakfast categories to be used between 7 and 10:45. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Maybe you've already done this too, but let's take a look. Press settings. As you can see, you've already done that one. It's disabled. So let's go ahead and check the other setting now. We're gonna do the categories for lunch. So we have kids lunch, kids breakfast. Oh, wrap. Okay, these are not breakfast. Okay, so we just have breakfast and lunch. It looks like there's nothing. Oh, there's another one here called. Oh, two more. I didn't even see that. Yeah, lunch sides, daily lunch specials, and kids lunch. So you have one, two, three. Okay. So let's go ahead. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna have limitations for the breakfast of when they can order it, and the limitations on the lunch. Okay. What we would do now is press custom hours here, and then you had mentioned you're doing it for lunch, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at lunch. It says that lunch, oh breakfast, sorry, breakfast is between 7 and 11, 7 and 10:45 a.m. Okay, I'm assuming that's daily. So let's go ahead and do that one first. I will press add custom hour, breakfast, and then we will do 7 to 10:45. Okay. So it doesn't allow, actually it does allow 10:45. I can do that. So let me look at that one more time. 7 to 10:45. Okay. So so we have to do 7:50 because you said 7 o'clock. Sorry, I thought you said 7. Okay. So 7 o'clock and then to 11:40. So we can do 11:50. Sorry, I meant 10:50. 10:50. So 7 o'clock to 10:50. Okay, just like that. making sure I did that right. 7 to 10:45. Okay. So that's the closest we have. 7 to 10:50. Okay, and then we have this one here too. 10:50 a.m. 2 more days to go and we're done. 7 o'clock, 10:50. 7 o'clock to 10:50. Perfect. So we have 7 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. 7, and that is it. Now we're gonna press add here. And then now that we add our breakfast hours, we're gonna do our lunch. We're gonna type in the word lunch here, or you can type in lunch hours or lunch, whatever you want to call it. And then from here you press add. Actually, sorry, you put the hours first. So I'm doing the lunch hours now. We have lunch at 11 to 1:45. So remember, if you ever decide to change your lunch hours, you'll know where to do it from. You'll do it from here, okay? So let's go ahead and do that one. 11 to 1:45. So I'm gonna do 1:50 because there's no 45. So 1:50. 1:50. I'm gonna just do the 1:50 first, and I'll come back and do the other side. It's much faster this way. 1:50. 1:50. And the next one is 11. 11. 11. 11. Okay, and then I have one more 11 here. Actually, I have one more Sunday too. Remember, if you're closed on Sundays on your Clover, then you don't have to worry about these lunch hours, because the Clover business hours always takes precedence over these hours. So if your Clover business hours shows you're closed on Sunday and you have your lunch hours 11 to 1:50, the Clover will be used first, and not this one. Okay, perfect. So we have 11 to 1:50. Just confirm that, 11 to 1:50. Okay, so we have lunch hour set, and then what you do next is you apply these hours to the lunch. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna press close. Remember, if you ever change your mind and your breakfast hours is no longer these hours, you come here, press edit, and change your breakfast hours. Okay, so in the future, if you have a different time for breakfast, make sure to come back here and change it, because right now I have 7 to 10:50. Let's say during the summertime your breakfast is 6 a.m. to 10:50. Come here, press edit, and change them. Okay, so, but for now, let's go ahead and add your apply those hours. So we're going to press categories and items, and we're going to look for something called lunch. We're going to find lunch. Where's lunch at? Lunch, where's lunch? Lunch is over here. We're going to press this button here, and then we're going to apply lunch. See right here, it says use custom hours for this category, like that. And then we're going to say lunch, because it says lunch right here. And remember, one other thing that's important to mention is that it's a good idea to put your lunch hours. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write that. That way, when customers order, they know what it is. So 11 to 1:45. Remember, if you change your lunch hours, come over here and change them, okay? Even though they can order until 1:50, but you give me an extra 5 minutes, but at least they'll know that their time's almost up. When it's around 1:45, they'll know their time's almost up. So I'm gonna press save. I'm gonna go back and do the other one, because remember, we have also daily lunch specials. I'm gonna press lunch right here. See it? Lunch. I'm gonna go back and then find the other lunch, because there's one more. I think I saw one more. Oh, kids lunch. That's the one. Remember, if you come here, if you as you watch this video and you notice that wait, kids lunch doesn't apply to this, or if I made a mistake, just come here and turn this off. So let's say kids lunch is all day and this rule does not apply. Just come here, click on it, and just remove this and remove that. So that way people can order kids lunch all day long. Okay, but for now, based on the email you sent me, I'm assuming this is lunch hour because it has the word lunch in there. Okay, and then we have one more, and that one is breakfast. So I'm gonna go to breakfast. Breakfast is way at the top. We have breakfast. Actually, we have two breakfasts. Okay, so how we do breakfast? Same thing. First, we take the hours of breakfast, which is 7 to 10:45. I'm gonna copy it. Okay. And then I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna find breakfast just like that. See it? Okay, now we have breakfast set up. So remember, you can always come back to this video in the future if you change your breakfast hours or your breakfast, or you don't want to offer breakfast at 7 o'clock. You want to offer breakfast at 6 a.m. You'll come here, press custom hours, change it to 6 a.m., and then come here and change this to 6 a.m. Okay? But let's do the last one, which was breakfast sides. Okay, and then we're gonna press breakfast here. Remember, as you watch this video and you come over here and you realize, oh wait, there's another breakfast category that the breakfast rule applies that I did not do. It's pretty easy. All you do is you find it. Let's say for some reason I made a mistake and I didn't realize that this is also considered breakfast, your fresh egg specials, and this only applies for breakfast. Then all you do is you come here, press this button, and then you do what I did. Just say this is breakfast, just like that. Okay, but for now I'm not gonna do it because I'm not quite sure if that applies for that rule or not. Okay, but yeah. So, and that's how you do your breakfast and your lunch. And that's pretty much the email you asked me. All right, thank you so much. Feel free to watch this video again in the future if you forget how to do these steps, but it'll be there to guide you, to give you insight. And again, there's much more videos too. If you press videos right here, see how it says video tutorials? You can see lots of new videos on how to do changes. And also I have this documentation here. If you press this button here under feedback help, let's say you forgot how to hide an item. All you do is you just type it out. Type out the words and it will show you how to hide an item. So for example, let's say I want to hide an item, but I forgot how to do it. You just type in the word hide an item, and it will show you how to hide the item. See? Let's say I want to hide category. Just type in the word hide, click on category, and it'll show you how to hide category. Let's say I want to change custom hours. Type in the word custom, look for custom hours. Yeah, there you go, custom hours. Okay, and that's how you do your custom hours. So this that